Welcome to Alice Coach's Corner. We're here with head volleyball coach Bob Weiner. And Bob, you guys seem to be figuring things out on the court, and chemistry seems to be picking up out there for you guys. You're now winners of 5 in a row. What seems to be the key to your success on the floor?
Well, the key, I think, Christian, is that with the injuries we've had this season, we've finally gotten used to the system that we're playing. It's not the system we started the season with, but it seemed when we lost Emily Halbert to an ankle injury, we made the 7th or 8th switch we made this season, and this is the one that stuck. And the kids like playing in this system. It gives us a little more freedom to make substitutions, and since we've been in it, we've been playing very well.
Now, you guys just came off a nice victory over St. Michael's. St. Michael's is a Division II school. You were down 2-0 to start early on, and then you were down 7 points to none in the 5th set. Talk about that victory. How big of a victory was that for you guys? Not only because you came back from being down, but also because you beat a Division II school.
Well, they're a Division II school, but they don't have athletic scholarships like the rest of the bottom end of the Northeast 10. But I think the important thing about that particular match is I reminded my kids in the 5th set when we were down, the timeout was at 8-1, I think, and I looked at the people on the floor, and 5 of the 6 kids on the floor played in the Little East Championship game in 2008 when we were down 7-1.
Yes.
And I was actually counting bodies and going, you, and you have done this before. We can get back in this game, and they did. It was a bad start, but it was kind of, we were making silly mistakes, and it's not like they had us by any means. It's a great thing about this sport, is you can turn things around.
Now I'll talk a little bit about a couple of your players. Bridget O'Brien, Elise Davis have been playing well for you guys of late, especially over these 5 straight wins. You know, how has their play helped out over the streak that you guys are on?
Well, this is the thing. We played our first 7 matches of the year without Bridget or Elise, and we still are marveling that we got by MIT without either of those girls. People were calling me afterwards and saying, "How'd you do it?" And I said, "Honestly, I don't know. We played really well together, but those girls combined in 2009 for over 750 kills. That's our offense." The thing is, when Elise came back, and she came back slightly a couple matches before Bridget, the same thing happened with both girls. Is they came back into the lineup. They didn't immediately. They were not in system with us, and there wasn't immediate results. It wasn't like, okay, Elise is back, Bridget's back, we're going to win. It took us an additional week and a couple really crummy losses for the team to start to play in system and utilize their skills. I think they're pretty locked in now, so that's why one of the reasons things have been better. Individually, I mean, those kids are, Elise, you know, she's going to be in the top 3 in the conference in kill percentage. People have a hard time stopping her. She doesn't make mistakes. And Bridget's terrific, and we hope to be able to get a lot out of her. She's still hurting, so. Interesting.
Talking about the offense, and someone has to set up all this offense for you guys, and Lori Whalen has stepped into the setter role after the graduation of Jordan Pokrivke last year. You know, how has she done stepping into that role for you guys this season?
She's been absolutely terrific, and more so in the last 7 matches. We were running a system where we used 2 setters, where we had Emily Halbert setting 3 rotations as well, and we figured this would be the best way to go with 2 smallish setters. When Emily got hurt, Lo stepped in and had been saying all season, "Coach, I can run a 5-1. I can run this system," and she's proved it. She is a terrific on-the-court leader. She's very positive. Nobody works harder every day in practice, and she runs a great system. We're very happy with what she's doing. I think she projects right now as one of the best setters in the conference. We knew when we brought her in 2 years ago. We had said to her when we recruited her, you know, we have Jordan Pokrivke here. She's an all-conference setter. She's pretty damn good. And Lori said, "I want to play behind someone who's good because I want to learn stuff." She learned it.
Now let's switch over and talk a little bit about the defense, and it's been better this year along with the passing. because of players like Jamie Levine, Sammy Dottie, Kristen Garrard back there getting some of those digs for you and setting up, players like Lori Whalen so you can get an offensive attack. How pleased are you with their play overall, along with the overall team's defense and passing?
We got out of practice 2 days ago, and I got the group together and I said, I want you guys to know one of the things that's making this work is not only do we have that big three of passing, Kristen and Jamie and Sammy, but we have 3 other girls who can pass in volleyball. I don't think I've ever had this kind of defensive depth at King State, and that challenges us every day. Our hitters get frustrated in practice because people are popping the ball back up. Jamie's having her best year. She's a senior, and she's waited to prove she's got something to prove, and she's played with a chip on her shoulder all year. Sammy's also a senior, and Sammy came to King State as a setter, so it took her a while to learn what she's doing. She's really talented. She's, of course, our quickest player and our most fit player. And the return of Gerard, I mean, Gerard isn't she this week's King State Athlete of the Week? Yeah. And she should be. She's one of the best volleyball players we've ever had here, and those guys can pass, but we have a little freshman, Emma Cheel, who can pass a volleyball, and Madison McHugh, who plays right side for us, has been passing terrifically. We've got a lot of people who can pass, so it makes us better.
And that's all for this edition of the Keene State Owls Coaches Show, and thanks for joining us.